The rain fell hard that night, drumming against the thatched roof like the angry hands of ancestors. Inside the small room, 16-year-old Adana knelt beside her mother's bed, watching the woman who had raised her fade like evening light. Mama Nkechi had been sick for months, but something in her eyes tonight told Adana this was the end. The oil lamp flickered, casting dancing shadows on the mud walls. Adana, her mother whispered, her voice barely audible above the rain. "Come closer." Adana leaned in, taking her mother's cold hand. "I'm here, Mama. I'm here." With trembling effort, Mama Nkechi reached beneath her pillow and pulled out a small leather pouch, worn and faded with age. Her fingers shook as she untied the string and revealed what lay inside. Adana's breath caught. It was a waist bead, but unlike any she had ever seen. The beads were small and intricately carved, strung on a thin leather cord. But they seemed to glow with their own inner light, and the patterns carved into each bead appeared to shift and move in the lamplight, like stories trying to escape. "This," Mama Nkechi said, pressing it into Adana's palm, "is our legacy. Our protection. You must wear it always, my daughter. Always." Adana stared at the beautiful, mysterious object. "Mama, what is it? Where did it come from?" But her mother's grip tightened on her wrist with surprising strength. "Listen to me carefully, Adana. When you marry, and you will marry one day, your husband must never see this bead. Never. Do you understand me?" Adana's heart pounded. "Never see it? But Mama, why? What happens if he sees it?" Mama Nkechi's eyes filled with tears. Or was it the lamplight playing tricks? "If he sees it," she whispered, "everything will change. Everything you know, everything you believe, it will all be different." "Mama, you're scaring me. Please tell me what this means." But her mother was fading fast. Her eyes fluttered closed, then opened one last time. "Promise me, Adana. Promise me you will wear it always and hide it from your husband. Promise." The desperation in her mother's voice broke something in Adana. Tears streamed down her face as she clutched the bead. "I promise, Mama. I promise." Mama Nkechi's hand went limp. Her eyes remained fixed on her daughter, but the life behind them was gone. The rain continued to fall, as if the sky itself wept. Adana sat alone with her mother's body and the mysterious bead, holding both as the night deepened around her. 8 years passed. Adana grew from a grieving girl into a beautiful young woman. She kept her promise faithfully. The bead never left her waist, hidden always beneath her clothes. She felt its warmth against her skin day and night, a constant reminder of her mother's love and her mother's mystery. When Chief Emeka asked for her hand in marriage, Adana's heart soared. He was a good man, wealthy and respected, but more importantly, he was kind. He looked at her not with the hunger of a man claiming property, but with the tenderness of someone who truly saw her. But the bead weighed on her mind as the wedding approached. On their wedding night, after the celebrations ended and the village grew quiet, Adana sat alone in their new bedroom. She wore her wedding finery, but her thoughts were on what lay beneath. She touched the bead through her clothes, feeling its familiar warmth. Emeka entered, his smile wide, his eyes bright with love and the joy of the day. "My wife," he said softly. "Finally, I waited so long for you." Adana smiled, but her heart raced. "And I waited for you, Emeka." He moved toward her, but she stepped back slightly, her hand instinctively covering her waist. "Emeka, wait. Please, I need you to understand something." His smile faded into concern. "What is it, my love?" Adana struggled to find words. How could she explain something she didn't understand herself? "There are things about me, about my mother, things I can't explain yet, but I need you to trust me." Emeka took her hand, his touch warm and reassuring. "Adana, I married you because I trust you. Whatever it is, we will face it together. But tonight is our night. Let's not spoil it with worries." He pulled her close, and she relaxed in his arms. But even as they embraced, she felt the bead against her skin, warm as a secret, heavy as a promise. The first month of marriage was blissful. Emeka was everything she hoped, patient, loving, attentive. But Adana couldn't shake the fear that lived in her heart. She bathed alone, always. She dressed in private, always. She made sure that when Emeka held her, his hands never wandered to the place where the bead rested. At first, he didn't notice. Or if he did, he said nothing. But people notice when a woman hides. One market day, Adana encountered Mama Ifeoma, an elderly woman who had been friends with her mother. The old woman pulled her aside, her eyes sharp and knowing. "Child," Mama Ifeoma whispered, "I see you were your mother's inheritance." Adana's blood ran cold. "How did you know?" Mama Ifeoma's weathered face grew serious. "I knew your mother since we were girls. I know what that bead means. Be careful, Adana. Very careful. Some secrets protect us. Others destroy us." Adana grabbed her arm. "Please, Mama Ifeoma, tell me what you know." "My mother never explained. She just made me promise." But the old woman shook her head. "The bead chose you. That is not my place to explain. But choices have consequences, child. Ask yourself, why did your mother really die alone?" She walked away before Adana could ask more. That evening, Adana found Emeka sitting quietly, his face troubled. "Something wrong?" she asked. He hesitated. "People talk, Adana. They say you're hiding things from me, that you visit your mother's grave too often, that you never let me see you completely." Adana's heart sank. "You listen to gossip?" "I listen because I care." He looked at her with pain in his eyes. "What are you hiding?" Adana touched the bead beneath her clothes. "Nothing. I'm hiding nothing. Please trust me." Emeka stared at her for a long moment, then walked away. That night, they slept on opposite sides of the bed for the first time. The trouble truly began with Amara. Emeka's younger sister had never warmed to Adana. Perhaps it was jealousy. Amara had hoped her brother would marry someone from their own village, someone she could control. Or perhaps she simply sensed weakness and moved toward it like a snake toward warmth. One afternoon at the family compound, Amara gathered other women around her and spoke loudly enough for Adana to hear. "Look at our new sister-in-law," Amara said with a sneer. "So perfect, so proper, always covering herself. What is she hiding under those wrappers?" One woman giggled. "Maybe she has scars. Or worse, maybe she's cursed." Another added, "My mother says her mother was strange too. Died alone, they say. No husband by her side." Amara's eyes glittered. "Interesting. My brother deserves better than a woman with secrets." Adana tried to walk away, but Amara caught her arm. "Where are you going, sister?" Afraid to face the truth, Adana pulled free, keeping her voice calm with effort. "I'm afraid of nothing, Amara, but I refuse to fight with women who have nothing better to do." Amara smiled, the smile of a hunter who has found tracks. "Prove it. Come to the stream with us tomorrow. Bathe with us. Show us you're normal." Adana's blood turned to ice. I can't. Can't or won't. Were you hiding under there, Adana?" Adana fled without answering. Behind her, Amara's laughter followed like crows. That night, Adana dreamed. She stood in the center of the village square, but everything was wrong. Mist covered the ground like a river. The huts were dark and empty. No animals, no people, no sound but the whisper of wind through dead leaves. Then her mother appeared. Mama Nkechi walked toward her, dressed in white, looking young and healthy, more beautiful than Adana remembered. But her eyes held deep sadness. "Mama," Adana whispered, "is it really you?" Her mother stopped before her, close enough to touch, but when Adana reached out, her hand passed through empty air. "Daughter," Mama Nkechi said, her voice echoing strangely, "you are in danger. They want to see the bead. They want to expose you. Mama, please tell me the truth. What is this bead? Why must Emeka never see it?" Her mother's face twisted with sorrow. "Because if he sees it, he will remember." "Remember what?" "The truth I ran from. The truth I hid." Mama Nkechi began to fade, dissolving like mist in morning sun. "I'm sorry, Adana. I'm so sorry. Mama, don't go. Mama." Adana woke screaming. Emeka sat up beside her, alarmed. "Adana, what happened? What's wrong?" She clutched him, sobbing, unable to explain. But even as he held her, she felt the bead against her skin, pulsing with warmth, and she knew something terrible was coming. The next afternoon, Amara got her wish. She appeared at Adana's home with several other women, their voices bright with false friendship. "Come, sister," Amara called. "We're all going to the stream. It's time you join us properly. No more hiding." Adana looked at Emeka, who stood nearby, watching. His face was unreadable. "Go," he said quietly. "Perhaps it's time." Trapped between her promise and her husband's expectation, Adana had no choice. At the stream, the women laughed and splashed, removing their wrappers and entering the cool water. Adana stayed apart, removing her outer clothes carefully, keeping her back to the others. She wore an extra wrapper tied high, covering the bead completely. But Amara had planned for this. She had sent a young girl, small, quiet, easy to overlook, to watch from behind the rocks. While the women played, the girl crept close and peered through the leaves. She saw Adana, alone, washing quickly. She saw the wrapper shift. She saw the glow. The girl ran back to Amara and whispered in her ear. Amara's smile was triumphant. That evening, she found Emeka alone. "Brother," she said, her voice dripping with false concern, "your wife is hiding something. A charm around her waist. A powerful one. I sent a child to see." Emeka's face darkened. "You spied on my wife. I protected you. What kind of woman wears a charm her husband can't see? She's bewitching you, Emeka, using it to control you." Emeka turned away, his jaw tight. "Enough. I'll handle this." He waited until night. Adana returned from the stream to find him sitting in darkness, waiting. The moment she entered, she knew. "Take off your clothes," he said. Her heart stopped. "What? You heard me." He stood, his voice rising. "Take them off. I want to see what you're hiding." "Emeka, please. I have given you months." He advanced toward her, anger and hurt warring in his eyes. "Months of trust. Months of patience. Still you hide from me. I am your husband. I have a right to know." Adana backed away, tears streaming. "You don't understand. If I show you, everything will change. Everything has already changed." He swept his arm wildly. "The whole village whispers. My own sister mocks me. What kind of wife treats her husband like a stranger?" Adana's hand pressed against the bead beneath her clothes. "I made a promise, Emeka, a promise to my dying mother. And what about your promise to me?" His voice cracked. "On our wedding day, you promised to honor me, to share your life. Is this honoring me? Secrets and lies?" "They're not lies." "Then prove it." He stopped advancing, but his eyes burned into hers. "Show me what's around your waist." Now, the room was silent except for Adana's sobs. The lamp flickered. Outside, Nightbird called. "If I show you," she whispered, "and you reject me, I will have nothing." Emeka's voice softened, but his demand did not. "If you don't show me, we have nothing." Long moments passed. Adana looked at this man she loved, this man who had given her everything but trust, and she understood that trust could not live where secrets thrived. Slowly, with trembling hands, she unwrapped her wrapper. The bead glowed in the lamplight, pulsing softly, its patterns shifting like living things. It was beautiful. It was terrifying. Emeka stared. What is that?" "My mother's gift," Adana whispered. "Our legacy. I've worn it since she died." Emeka stepped closer, transfixed. "It's beautiful, but why hide it?" "What?" He stopped. His eyes widened. His mouth opened, but no sound came out. He clutched his head, staggering backward. "What's happening?" he gasped. "I see things. I remember." "Emeka!" Adana rushed toward him, but he stumbled away. "Your mother," he whispered, his voice strange and distant. "I see your mother. She's young. She's crying. There's a man I know." He collapsed. Adana screamed. Emeka did not wake. For hours he lay unconscious, twitching and murmuring, his eyes moving rapidly beneath closed lids. Adana sat beside him, holding his hand, praying to every god she knew. Women gathered, whispering. Men stood outside, shaking their heads. Amara arrived at dawn and took one look at her brother, then turned on Adana with fury. "You see, I told you. She's a witch. She's killed my brother." The accusations spread like fire through dry grass. Voices rose. Hands reached for Adana. But Mama Ifioma pushed through the crowd, her old voice sharp as a blade. Enough! This is beyond all of you. Fetch Na Okafor. Now, the village priest arrived as the sun climbed high. He was ancient, his face a map of wrinkles, his eyes deep with the wisdom of generations. He examined Emeka in silence, touching his forehead, his chest, his hands. Then he turned to Adana. Child, show me the bead. The crowd gasped. So it was true, there was a bead. A charm. Witchcraft. Adana hesitated, but Mama Ifioma nodded. Slowly, she lifted her wrapper and revealed the glowing waist bead. Na Okafor's eyes widened. He reached out, not quite touching it, his old fingers trembling. Leave us, he commanded. Everyone but Adana. When they were alone, he sat heavily on a stool and looked at her with something like pity. This bead, he said slowly, is not just jewelry, Adana. It is a memory keeper, a sacred object used by our ancestors to preserve truth across generations. Adana shook her head in confusion. Memory keeper? I don't understand. Na Okafor sighed deeply. Your mother did not die of illness. She died of a broken heart. Because of him, he nodded toward Emeka. Him? My husband? That's impossible. They never met. They met. Long ago, before you were born. And then Na Okafor told her the truth. Your mother, he said, was young and beautiful when she first came to this village. She met a man, a handsome young man from a powerful family. They fell deeply in love, but the man's family rejected her. She was from a different lineage, they said. Not good enough. They separated them by force. Your mother left the village, brokenhearted. She discovered she was pregnant with a man's child. She raised that child alone, a son. But the boy grew sick and died young. Your mother never recovered. Years later, she met another man. Your father. She married him, had you, but she never forgot her first love. She carried his memory in her heart until the day she died. The man she loved? He was Emeka's father. When your mother saw Emeka, when she saw how much he resembled the man she had lost, she knew. She knew the blood connection would cause chaos if discovered. So she gave you the bead, hoping it would protect you, hoping the memories it held would remain hidden. But the bead does not just hold memories. It shares them. When Emeka saw it, your mother's memories, her love, her grief, her entire life with his father, transferred to him. He's not sick, child. He is living her life, feeling her feelings, knowing her truth. Adana sat frozen, her mind reeling. So my mother loved Emeka's father, and Emeka is inside her memories right now. Na Okafor nodded slowly, and when he wakes, he will know everything, including the truth about his own father, the man he never truly understood. Emeka woke at sunset. His eyes opened slowly, and tears spilled down his cheeks before he seemed aware of them. He turned to look at Adana, and she saw in his eyes something new, a depth of understanding that had not been there before. I saw her, he whispered, his voice hoarse. Your mother. I felt her love for my father, her pain when they tore them apart, her grief when her son, my brother, died. I saw everything. Adana gripped his hand. I'm so sorry, Emeka. I didn't know. I never knew what the bead held. He pulled her close, holding her with a strength that surprised her. Don't apologize. Your mother gave me a gift. She showed me who my father really was. Not the respected chief everyone knew, but a man who loved deeply and lost everything. She showed me that love doesn't die. It just waits. Waits. He looked into her eyes. She waited her whole life for a love she couldn't have. But I have you. I have you, Adana. Through her memories, I understand now. Love is all that matters. Not family lines. Not village gossip. Not secrets. So you're not angry? He pulled her closer. I'm angry at a world that broke her. But at you? Never. You kept a promise to your dying mother. That's not betrayal. That's honor. They held each other as night fell, and the bead between them glowed softly, warmly, as if satisfied at last. The next morning, Emeka walked with Adana to the family compound. Amara saw them coming and froze. Emeka, you're alive. Thank the gods. I'm alive, Emeka said coldly. despite your efforts to destroy my wife. Amara's face twisted. I was protecting you. You were feeding your jealousy. He stepped closer, and for the first time, Amara looked afraid of her brother. You nearly cost me my marriage. You nearly cost Adana her sanity. From this day forward, anyone who speaks against her speaks against me. Is that understood? Amara looked at the gathered family, seeking support and finding none. She lowered her head. Understood. They went together to Mama Nkechi's grave as the sun set, painting the sky in shades of gold and orange. Adana knelt in the grass, touching the simple stone marker. Mama, I kept my promise, but I also found love, real love. Emeka knows everything now, and he's not afraid. He understands. Emeka knelt beside her. Mama Nkechi, thank you for raising the woman I love. Thank you for showing me the truth. I'll take care of her. I promise. Adana touched the bead at her waist. Should I remove it now? The secret is out. Emeka placed his hand gently over hers. No, leave it. It's part of you. Part of us now. For just a moment, the bead flared with warmth, and Adana felt. She was certain she felt her mother's presence wrapping around them like a blessing. 1 year later, Adana gave birth to a daughter. They named her Nkechi, after the grandmother she would never meet, but whose story would live forever in the bead that still glowed warm against her mother's skin. On the day of her naming ceremony, Emeka held his daughter and looked at his wife with eyes full of love. Have you thought about what we'll tell her? Adana smiled down at the baby, who grasped at the air with tiny fingers. Everything. When she's old enough, we'll tell her everything. About her grandmother, about the bead, about love and secrets and forgiveness. And if she asks what the bead is for, Adana touched it gently. I'll tell her it's a reminder that some things are worth keeping, and some truths, when shared, set us free. The baby reached out, and her small hand closed around the bead. For just an instant, it glowed brighter than the sun. And somewhere, in the world of ancestors, Mama Nkechi smiled. Asterisk in some cultures, waist beads are more than decoration. They are history. They are memory. They are love, passed down through generations. Asterisk. What stories do your ancestors carry?